Please excuse my left hand.
Certainly. Is it a toothache?
Oh, no. Jeff's face is scarred, and he likes to spare people.
Well, you don't have to spare me. I have to look at myself every morning.
Dr. Emmett refuses to let me wear a bandage.
Well, we have to humor our doctors once in a while.
Well, now you have met everyone. We are a small group in this wing, but we hope you find us comfortable to be with.
But Mrs. Savage hasn't met everyone. She hasn't met the Holy Terror.
Of course! How stupid of me.
Where is he, Florence?
I don't know. He was here just a moment ago.
He might have gone into the hall.
I'll go see. John Thomas!
You won't hurt her, will you?
Gracious, why should I?
You won't object, will you?
Well, what is John Thomas?
Her son. What did you think?
Here?
Oh yes, he was born here.
I can't. Oh, why, there he is. Asleep on the floor. My husband warned me I'd be a bad mother. You see, this is my son, John Thomas.
You like children, don't you, Mrs. Savage?
Everyone's but my own. How old is he?
5.
Oh, he's big for 5 months.
No, 5 years.
I meant years.
Now, you'll have to excuse me. I must put him to bed. You see, he has the measles, and I hope you don't catch them. Excuse me.
That was exceedingly kind of you, Mrs. Savage, not to notice anything wrong.
It really was. We didn't have time to explain, but you're like lightning.
Poor Florence isn't well. We pretend for her sake. We hope you will too.
Oh, I will.
I think you should understand right away, Mrs. Savage, that except for Florence, the rest of us are free to leave here anytime we want to.
But we don't go because there's no better place to go.
You're very lucky to be accepted here, Mrs. Savage, if I do say so myself. And I do.
Oh, do be quiet.
Tyrant.
What is that?
That rude noise is the signal for us to go to our rooms.
It's the evil of the machine age. Perfect pistons and no manners.
Well, ours not the reason why. I always wondered why no one ever quotes the beginning of that line. It's somewhat blundered.
Good night.
I didn't hear you. We don't say that here. It means there's no more.
No more what?
Oh, there's no more of so much.
Don't let Jeff's manner disturb you, Mrs. Savage. During the war, his plane was shot down in flames. He hasn't quite recovered yet.
Was his face badly burned?
Oh, not at all. Jeff bailed out, but he was the only one. He lost his crew. His scar goes further than we can see.
If you haven't noticed, Hannibal and Yard are the only ones truly free to leave. We pretend, for their sake. I'm sorry, Mrs. Patty. I didn't mean you anyhow. Oh. I can tear my tongue out. If you'll excuse me, I have to apologize. Otherwise, she'll sulk.
Fairy has the gift of the good for saying the wrong thing.
I should think it would take a bit of doing to apologize to someone who doesn't talk and sulks anyhow.
You'll get used to Mrs. Patty. Just treat her like a clock. Look at her and see how the day goes, but don't expect an answer. She's happy at her easel.
Oh, is she an artist?
I don't know whether she is an artist or not, but she paints.
Portraits?
Seascapes, which is rather odd because she's never seen the ocean.
One more thing, Mrs. Savage. If you go to your room, don't go to sleep.
go to our rooms. We all agree to that in principle, but we don't go to sleep. We never close our eyes. When you go to sleep, today ends. And when today ends, tomorrow begins. Today we are safe. Tomorrow may be filled with disaster. You won't catch any of us sleeping. Could anything be simpler?
Not much.
Today is the only certainty.
Hannibal, you heard the buzzer. Why aren't you in your room?
I am in spirit, and everyone says it's the spirit that counts. Remember, fight the night.
Did they all come in to meet you?
Well, there was a Mrs. Patty and 4 others who have no business being here at their age.
I quite agree.
Do you think I belong here?
Mrs. Savage, we're understaffed here. I'm kept way too busy to have any opinions.
I'd like to know what they told you about me.
Was there anything to tell?
Did they mention my memorial fund?
Not to me.
Then they probably told you that my husband's death affected my reason.
That would be understandable.
But untrue.
Why, weren't you happy with your husband?
I married Jonathan when I was 16. I loved him from the moment I met him until the moment he died. Do you know what that means?
I think so.
Well, you don't, my dear. It meant that my only goal in life was to make him happy, to want what he wanted, to anticipate what would please him. And that meant that all the foolish things I ever wanted had to be forgotten.
But surely you had no regrets.
None, while he lived. But after he was gone, I remembered all the foolish things I'd always wanted to do.
What had you always wanted to do?
Things that would have shocked poor Jonathan.
Such as dyeing your hair blue?
That. And studying French. And ballet dancing. And people. As a girl, I was sure I could have been a great actress. So, with no responsibilities and time running out, I decided to be one.
But don't you think you waited too long, Mrs. Savage?
I certainly do. Had I been a fool in my youth, no one would have noticed the difference in my old age.
Oh, I would never think of you as old, Mrs. Savage.
Well, having kicked over the traces again myself, and once again learned the importance of unimportant things, I decided I wanted to help others have the foolish things they always wanted.
How were you going to do that?
By establishing the Jonathan Savage Memorial Fund, a foundation for giving money away in memory of my husband. And that insane idea has brought me here.
Well, you won't find it too unpleasant here. Shall we go up to your room now?
Well, at least I learned one thing from my French lesson.
What's that?
What I am. I'm a more canard. That's a dead duck, I think.
Oh, it's not as bad as that.
Yes, it is. Someday you'll realize a great injustice was done me. You'll know that I was always quite sane. But here I am, and here they'll try and keep me with my few foolish years taken from me.